Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Oxygen Not Included, where we are now officially, like, zero backlog. I'm back from Champions of Fire. And the first game I'm recording is Oxygen Not Included. It's always a great sign that I'm having a good time, so thank you so much, obviously, for the support on the series so far. What do you mean unreachable bed? What do you mean unreachable bed? Dan's bed is beyond his reach. How so? What is it? Anyway, I'm pretty sure that in like a second you'll figure it out. Okay, good. Thanks so much for the support in the series. Thanks for your comments. I got some things. This is going to be like a maintenance episode where I go, okay, here's the problems that I've had that are obvious and we're going to fix them. For example, one thing that people have said is the wash basin, pardon me, is not on the way to the toilet. As a result, they never use it and they keep getting germified. So we need to switch the position of the outhouse and the wash basin. What we should also do is set up a second bathroom, but what are we researching right now? We are researching sanitation, no breathing. I might hold up, because we can make a toilet instead. You know what, at some point we'll probably want 3 bathrooms anyway, right? What if we go like pneumatic door? So we need to deconstruct this first, and then we build like a bathroom in here. It does need to be 3 tiles wide, but we can always have like a ladder and then build it in here. I think that's fine. So yeah, let's do a deconstruction here. We're also working hard on getting this. Yeah, we should kill this thing. We're working hard on getting this coal generator up because we are having power issues, and I think that those are going to become more and more pressing as time goes on. Because I'm a genius, and nobody else on Earth could possibly predict that as we add more people into this ecosystem, we'll have higher demands for power, more concerns related to human waste like carbon dioxide and, you know, urine and etc., or as they call it, polluted dirt. That's cute. If you want, I don't know, like, I'm not gonna do, like, a Champions of Fire post-mortem. I do want to say, though, like, thank you outrageously to everybody who not only attended but watched. You made it a lot of fun. It was extremely strange to have, an audience watch me play mobile games competitively, but that's not a bad thing. It was strange, but it was, like, super fun, and also, like, I'm not gonna lie. I was almost getting a little emotional, and I was feeling silly about it, but I was like, all these people came to watch me play Crossy Road. Like, it was a weirdly, like, life-affirming moment in the silliest way possible. If you're not familiar with what Champions of Fire is, Amazon Fire sponsored tournaments for mobile games that takes, like, I wouldn't necessarily say casual gamers, because there's a lot of people there that are really good at the games that they play, but takes games that are not traditionally, like, esportsified, and then runs kind of like a pseudo esports tournament. Why is your... Oh, because you have no power, you can't be illuminated. I see. Unlike Elijah Wood, not everything's illuminated. I'll probably talk about it more in Isaac, just because that's a little bit more like free-form, kind of like stream of consciousness sort of level. But okay, please harvest them. Sure, why not? So what am I doing? I'm hoping that they get their way into this bathroom today. This new bathroom. And maybe, I guess the #1 priority is probably... Wow, it's like already unbreathable in there. Is probably 100% straight up coal production. The construction task has been assigned. I don't know if construction might be a lower priority than dig, which is why this has taken a while, but so be it. So let's start... I'm just trying to think about how we want to set this up, because if we're going to make a second bathroom... The reason I want to make a second bathroom, by the way, is because if we deconstruct this to move it over here and then put this over here, I am a little concerned that it'll leave us with like 6 hours without a toilet, which could cause more problems than just spending the extra resources. So I think if we put an outhouse here, and then the wash basin... What is that? Sanitation, probably, right? Wait, there is no sanitation. Where is the wash basin located? Station? Furniture. Medicine. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. Medicine. I knew that. And I mean, maybe we want to make a manual airlock? This is gonna be like real carbon dioxide-y down here. I think we maybe want like an algae terrarium or something in here. Like we could bust down this and then put an algae terrarium right here. That might be for the best. Give me a second here. I'm trying to be a little bit more appropriate with the way that I handle stuff in the game. You know, try to plan for the future. You go oxygen, algae terrarium, just so that people don't have to hold their breath when they're pooping. I mean, it might not be a bad idea just to begin with, you know. Everybody likes the smell of their own brand, but, you know, sometimes even you could have some foul ones, is what I'm trying to say. Now, I am worried here because sand can degenerate, and it could flood this whole area. So, if you're looking for high-tension Discovery Channel-esque shenanigans, here you go, right? Like, is that the hatch? Where is the... I'm always confused about where the hatch is in here. I'm glad that you're digging, by the way. I know I want you to dig so that we have more of a carbon dioxide sink down here. I don't like when Josh passes out in an area that's unbreathable. I think that's going to be real bad for business. Let's see, immune systems are good. Stress is fine. I really would like them to prioritize the tile construction as soon as possible. The thing is, right now, and I've said this before, many times, probably enough times that you guys are like, just shut up about it, but it actually is, like, the colony feels relatively sustainable right now. The real problem is that if we ever want to get anything done, it takes forever, because people are always making food, people are always delivering water to the algae terrariums. Usually one person is running on the power generator all day just to get it done. You know, building a few things in our bathroom here has taken us 20 years. In fact, we don't even have enough power. Even if somebody's running, it drains faster than it actually gets created. I think. Unless we maybe don't have... Okay, no, I'm actually just an idiot. Yeah, our power is just disconnected now. So that's... You know what? What is that? I'm glad we're fixing it in episode 1 here. Let's put it that way. Sure, connect that. Connect that. Okay, so we got a bathroom going here. I do want the terrarium, and once that's done, I think it's pretty positive. That looks hideous. Please just build it as soon as possible. I do want to see, what are we at for, like, raw minerals? Raw metals. We got, like, 1,600 kilos of copper. It's enough to build what we need to build for now, including this coal generator, which I just don't understand why it hasn't been done yet. Requires 800. It's alright. It takes as long as it takes, I suppose. The bathroom was definitely a higher priority, and now it's being used. This is great news. So hopefully people, they are starting to even use the wash basin as well. Okay, so the next step will be a deconstruction of this, and a deconstruction of this, followed by swapping their places. And then I'll feel pretty good about that, and hopefully, before this episode gets too far into it, we can get this coal generator up and running. We do need to wire it. Did that get wired up yet? I can't remember. It has been like about a million days since I recorded this. What we're probably going to do is wire it up to... I want it on the same grid, and that's not going to be easy. We're going to have to like go... But actually, if we're just going to wire it up to the same grid, we do need batteries, but where am I going to place these batteries? They get real hot, is the thing. I could place the batteries right below the coal generator. Like, what are you doing, Ray? You're still digging over here, huh? Can I, like, make this priority 9, please? Oh, they've already been deconstructed, so then we should have made them priority 8, because we need, like, a priority 15 of remaking this second bathroom here. And you might be saying, NL, what are you doing? Because you're probably going to need to make a third bathroom as soon as you get plumbing, or at least you're going to want to make a third bathroom as soon as you get plumbing, but I don't think there's... You never feel bad about having too many bathrooms. My wife and I live in a one-bedroom, one-bathroom apartment. One bedroom, more than enough. Nothing wrong with that. One bathroom occasionally, it can be an issue, you know? I consider myself a long defecator. I like to take my time. Just moving on. You'll forget about me after I've been gone. So what I'm thinking here is, let's look at the size of a normal... That was more information than he needed to know about me, and I'm aware of it. Regular size battery. Takes 2 tiles. I kind of think we should just build a battery bay, like boom, 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 right under this thing, and then just link it up to the main line. That's my current perspective. In order to do that, 2, 2, 2. Yeah. Do we need doors? I don't think we need doors. I think this will work. So I think we just tile up, like, right here. And I know that, again, it's like a bad habit, but I'm going to make this... I think even just making 2 of them high priority will probably trigger the algorithm to be like, hey, you might as well do it in bulk and build the rest of them over there. Okay, so the wash basin has been built. You're doing sanitation. I appreciate that. Research. Okay, literally, we just finished the lavatory. I'm okay with that. What do we need next? Meal prep allows you to get a grill, a mess table, and a farm tile. Grows a single plant when sown with a seed. Medical research gives you medicine. Rock granulator produces sand from raw minerals. Actually extremely valuable because you can turn sandstone into sand. Sand is used as a filtration medium for water purification. So I can see that I don't think we need it right now, but over time we're going to want it for sure. Right now we probably got more than enough sand. Blank canvas, sculpting block. Carbon skimmer filters carbon dioxide from the air, and electrolyzer. I think we might want to go air systems to be able to filter carbon dioxide from the air. That seems maybe like our most pressing concern. And then maybe meal prep after it. But again, I am... essentially, I'm flying blind here. I think I'm doing okay so far, but I'm not necessarily... I don't know what the min-max sort of way of doing this is, but you know what I appreciate about oxygen not included is that as long as you have the basics down, it's fairly hard to just have your colony destroy itself early. And I'm not taking a shot at RimWorld, which I think many people would probably think is a superior game, at least in terms of the fact that... Well, I don't mean it like that. Like, it doesn't have to be a competition. I think there's room for even a person that's into these games to play more than one and enjoy them in different ways. Like, Oxygen Not Included is a way less stressful game. It's a little bit more meditative and relaxing, even when things start to go wrong. RimWorld is like, hey, everything's great, and then, boom, you know, here's 20 raiders with shotguns to just rip you apart. Please finish this build. You're driving me crazy. Every time I look around. Every time I look around. Do you know what song I heard on the radio here today as we went to the grocery store that I have not heard in like 10 years? And I recognized it. I was like, wow, that song is actually terrible. It's the one that goes, we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. I feel like I've only heard that song in the last 15 years in like bad trailers. Oh man, we got 1,400 kilos of copper up there. There's a mesh tile. Used as a floor and wall tile to build rooms. Does not obstruct liquid or gas flow. Mesh tiles can make duplicant pathways in areas where liquid needs to... Oh! Okay, so a mesh tile allows, like, liquid to pass through it. An airflow tile allows gas to flow through it. Well, and liquid as well. In what situation... I guess if we were having... I'm trying to think here. And I've never seen the mesh tile unit before, or the mesh tile object. Maybe we want to make our shower with mesh tile on the ground, and then have the water flow into like a contaminated water basin where it can then be purified. I'm not fully sure about that, but I think that maybe it almost makes sense. So obviously I was incorrect. We do need to finish the whole build here. We got a lot of things on the go. We're gonna need that other copper as well. So I am starting to have to issue a la carte orders here, which is Dracula orders backwards, but that's fine. Really, all of this is... There's two purposes. One is now, you know, people should be less sick. Their immune system should be better because they're using more wash basins, even though it doesn't look like it right now. This copper wire is also... that's a 9 on the build order. Still got 1,600 kilos. We want this to be built first, then we'll build the batteries, then we'll use whatever copper we need / have to wire us up into the full grid, and then our power issues, I'm not going to say that they're going to be resolved, but they should be better as a result. In fact, we could probably afford to take a little bit of time off from research to make this happen. So the other thing is we needed power to be done here, because now that the power is getting down here, we can have things that are harvest ready and You know, our food is less of a concern. We spend less time making mush loaf every single day, which frees up somebody to do labor for us. And I think that's a positive thing, all things considered, I should say. Okay. So, do that, and then build these batteries. Let's see what else we got new. So we got a real sink, and we got a lavatory, and we got a shower. Obviously, we're going to want to get that going. We might not get it going. I'll just tell you straight up, we're not going to get it going in this episode. This is almost a maintenance episode just to make sure everybody's like, everything's going okay, everybody's doing relatively well, and nobody's eating it too hard. You know, because it has been a couple of days, and I think what we're really doing, how much? These cost 400 each. This is going to take like all of our copper. Let's just start with 2 batteries then. Because we do need to wire them up. And we're going to need, like, I'll just be honest with you. Like, we're going to need more copper. So we're going to need this copper. We're going to need, you'll never take me alive, copper! And then I think we'll actually deconstruct these. We don't really need a pneumatic door, but we want that copper. Like, give me that copper, dude. And we'll probably maybe, like, build straight up and grab this as well. Because we're going to need quite a lot to get to get us linked up to the main grid. 2 batteries, I think, should be enough. And the idea is, I mean, batteries do lose power over time, but the coal generator, when it runs, it can just store a decent amount of energy in the batteries, and we'll lose some to runoff, but it means that we don't have to have somebody running on this hamster wheel at all times. Hopefully. What's going on? Dan, you're still asleep, my dude. Insufficient oxygen generation. I like to take a periodic look at this. Certainly, some of the bedrooms are starting to become a little dicey. And I think it's from opening this door, honestly. I'm kind of wondering if, like, maybe a double airlock situation would be better. But I'm also thinking that once we finish our next research, we can get a carbon skimmer, and I don't fully know how the carbon skimmer is going to work out for us, but I suppose we'll figure it out before too long. Yeah, sweet. Pick up the copper ore, and then where are you taking it, though? Don't store it in a box. He's storing it in a box. Yeah, what you should have done is just taken the copper ore and immediately come down to Battery Town. I don't think that's going to happen. What I think is smart is perhaps we'll make a storage compactor, like, right here. And then we'll make that 100%, yeah. We'll make that 100% coal. You can only hold coal. Are you building it right now, or are you building the battery? You're building, yeah, I had a feeling. You got copper right there, yeah, build the battery. There you go, you delivered some copper. It's got to be getting pretty close. Awaiting 208 kilograms. It's almost all of it. 25 kilos. It takes as long as it takes in the end, but I wouldn't mind if it was a little bit faster. Okay, so this thing is going to hold raw minerals only. I'm like, now I'm going into, what is coal? Isn't it coal? Coal should be organic, dude. It's consumable. It is consumable, but it's also organic, okay? Coal's got mad carbon in it, right? Probably. I know it's embarrassing. I do hold a degree in, you know, a science. I didn't say a hard science. I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, man, I don't think it's a bad term, but you think if computer scientists could go back and come up with another name for their field of study, they wouldn't call it computer science? Because, you know, I've heard growing up, computer science, you know what it is, but I think if, like, you talk to someone who had no idea, and you're like, what do you do? It's computer science. You wouldn't understand. It's like, it's science using the big machine. You wouldn't get it. Like, maybe this bit doesn't make any sense. It's like saying, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm a sandwich artist. You know, I just think it's not the best term, personally, is my own opinion here. Okay, so we'll go meal prep. Again, I think we could probably take some time to stop researching, but I'm just trying to nip things in the bud as they happen. We're way behind, like, Charlie Daniels' plucky young protagonist in The Devil Went Down to Georgia. Still 19,000 edible. What we need to do is finally get our valuable electrical stuff handled. Then we'll probably build a carbon dioxide skimmer. I think we'll put it like right here. So like this carbon dioxide I don't care about, but as it gets pushed up, the carbon dioxide skimmer will suck it in, and then less will escape, maybe? Or maybe we should put carbon dioxide skimmer in like a secondary sort of airlock area. Actually, now that I think about it, I kind of like that idea. What does it require? Water, carbon dioxide, power, a liquid intake pipe, and a liquid output pipe. Alright, that's going to take a little longer. We also have not done anything with automation yet. But I think in order for something to be automated, we kind of require the power to begin with. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason to really turn off all of our stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about, actually, in hindsight. Disregard. Alright, so this should hook up the coal generator to the grid. And this room is going to become pretty inhospitable pretty fast. I just want to see what happens when this door opens. Like, yeah, it does let a little carbon dioxide in, huh? It's probably the sort of thing you should fix sooner rather than later. So, let's, like, we don't need to deconstruct the ladder just yet, but we want to make this room large enough to hold a carbon dioxide skimmer. Might even want to make it like a little... I mean, this might work, but I'm just concerned. There's not quite enough room, you know? Yeah, something like even... So, it's gonna make quite a large area here. But I think that's okay. Because it'll take a while for the carbon dioxide to get to the point where it's getting pushed out, as long as we can get a skimmer down here, or even, for now, we might be able to get away with essentially an algae terrarium. I like to mix up the pronunciation from time to time. I know in the UK you say algae, or algae? I don't know. We say algae. I'm not going to get in an argument over pronunciation. It's not an NLSS day. I'm technically off. I'm never going to say aluminium, though. Not because you're wrong, but because it makes me mad that we've grown up saying aluminum, when it really is spelled aluminium. It's easier to say aluminum. Aluminium is, well, aluminium, 5 syllables. Aluminum, 4 syllables. You don't even want to think about how much time I've saved over the course of my adult life saying aluminum instead of aluminium. By the way, hey guys, so I'm gonna need this to be prioritized, like, beyond as soon as possible. Because, my dudes, you're just bleeding. Not today. I'm sorry. I mean this sincerely. We're close. We're close to our next duplicant. We got good oxygen generation. We're about to solve our power problems. You know, I just want to make sure that we're building a real bathroom with a shower. And that's going to require us to build a piping system. Technically, maybe this is the exact right time to do it, to get a duplicant, because we need more labor, to be honest with you. But I'll live with it for now. Hello, Ruka. My fluffy son. How are you? Excitable? Yeah, ain't that the truth, buddy? Alright. So, again, it always, I think I underestimate the amount of time it takes to get essentially anything done in Oxygen Not Included, and that's not an insult to the game whatsoever. But, you know, you come into these half-hour-long episodes with big plans. You go, okay, today I gotta get the coal generator set up, I'm gonna get a new battery bay set up, I'm gonna mine this out, I'm gonna make a second bathroom, we're gonna get a pool of contaminated water that starts to get filtered into regular water. Obviously, that's not gonna happen. Not all of it, at least. I think what's actually going to happen is we will probably... Dude, we need... First off, sweep this, please. Might need to generate a few more bars of mush loaf in the meantime, but... we're going to get the coal generator hooked up. I think it's going to get on the grid. Hey, Kat, if you ever try to step on the computer again... I mean, I'm going to be upset, is all I'm going to say. That's what it comes down to. I will be displeased by this endeavor. So I'm just going to set these here, even though they can't be done yet, because we want to mine across and get all this copper. So if you could Mine this as quickly as possible and build the tile as quickly as possible. That's good. I don't think we need the secondary airlock done, you know, in no time flat here. But we are having genuine... It's either oxygen... It says insufficient oxygen generation. But I think what it actually... And this is me free thinking, which I probably should not do in this game. But I think what the problem actually is that I have... Isn't there just a priority tool, now that I think about it? I thought there was a tool where you could just be like, give me level 9 across all of these. Prioritize. Yeah. Okay, don't be an idiot then. Much better. I totally forgot what I was saying like mere seconds ago. Oh, I think I shouldn't be thinking this through on my own, because I'm sure that, you know, the UI designers and the people that are at Clay, you know, they've done their market research and they've done their play testing and et cetera, et cetera. But I think that I actually just have too much carbon dioxide being generated as opposed to not enough oxygen. So I think if we sequester that carbon dioxide properly, or, you know, scrub it properly, we should be getting relatively okay here. It is a long trip to get to the bathroom. You have my sympathies on that. We do have the algae terrarium set up now. The idea is that it's going to eat up a little bit of carbon dioxide. Probably not a lot, but, you know, if it stems the tide of it coming into the bedrooms here. The other thing is that we eventually want these to be gas-permeable tiles, essentially everywhere, so that, you know, when you're in the bedroom, if carbon dioxide gets deposited up there, it sinks through the floor. But it's going to take us a little while to get there. We're so close to being hooked up to the grid. I can see it happening. Yo, this... Oh, it's unreachable. Okay, so, like, 100%. That needs to be built ASAP. I think usually, if you use the priority tool sparingly, you probably are doing things the right way. I'm having to use it way too frequently, which makes me believe that I'm probably, you know, making some, like, catastrophic errors here. But that's okay. Again, maybe this will keep the carbon dioxide down here longer. I don't know. It's been a while since I had to think about, you know, the way that gas diffuses across a membrane. I think it might slow down the speed to force it to go through a couple of turns. Hello, my cat. So, the last thing I want to see. You don't have 500 kilograms of coal? It's in consumable ore. You got 7 tons of coal. What do you mean insufficient resources? How? Sway. Where's all my coal then? I don't like that it says insufficient resources, because there's so many. Hey, you gotta build the freaking tile, dude. You can't just see if you're digging this out. You gotta build the tile. Do I have to set a delivery order? I actually cannot recall. I didn't think that we had to, though. I'm not going to set a research task just yet. We're coming close to the end of this episode. I want to make sure that this whole... Oh, they were generating some power there. Maybe we did throw some coal in there. I mean, there's coal on the ground right here that I can... I think it's coal. It's dirt. I mean, what is coal but, like, you know, advantageous dirt? Really. Body temperature. Body temperature. Body temperature. It's temperate. Is temperate bad for you? Thermal comfort. Body heat retention. Everybody's doing... They're doing fine here. I actually don't understand. I would assume that a greenhouse needs to be warmer. What is it down here? 23 degrees? Look, okay, people can go biomajor, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like... Plants grow at 23 degrees Celsius. Otherwise, life on Earth as we know it would be destroyed. Oh, it's slightly too hot. I understand now. A greenhouse needs to be cooler, I suppose. But yeah, in my defense, you ever step into a greenhouse? It's stifling. We had a greenhouse on the roof of the biology building at my university. You step in there, it was like stepping into a freaking sauna on the surface of the sun. Which means it must be hotter up here. Well, maybe just mildly, but... Okay, so I understand. You want us to cool it down. Like a Velvet Underground song. That can be done. Cat, what do you stop trying to eat the receipt, you weird boy? I think we're leaving this episode in a relatively good spot. Bear, I don't even think you need to run on this thing anymore. I think that's unnecessary. I think we're leaving this in an okay spot. We got 2 bathrooms now. I would say on the next episode, the #1 priority is a bathroom. I do want to get a carbon skimmer set up, and I don't know, maybe we'll deposit contaminated water like right here or something, but it needs water intake as well, so we got to pipe this whole thing up. But I think we're leaving this episode in a pretty good spot. Next episode, we want a bathroom, or a lavatory that also has a shower associated with it. We'd like to get some carbon skimmers set up, and maybe we'll take another duplicant in the next episode. I think that's relatively appropriate. I'm just going to queue up a couple of things here before we finish. One would be a... this is another bedroom setup here. And then we might... there's no disturbed sleep penalty. I was incorrect about disturbed sleep, so I'm thinking maybe we'll tile up like a decent-sized area right here. And instead of using it for extra bedrooms, we'll use it for a mess hall. Could probably cut that wire, huh? For now, though, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. Thanks again for your tips. If you have enjoyed the episodes, click the like button. Series is doing really well, and I appreciate your support. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. And for now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.